And we're back in episode 3 of our Path to Enlightenment. We had just accepted Poppy's offer in the last episode, hoping to get some money from a new patron. We are going to begin to dream on passion if we can find it. It looks like our passion is currently in use, because we're going to be upgrading it, but once we have enough passion, we're going to begin exploring the Mansus in that way. A hireling was discovered. Nobody we need. Trysts and interludes appeared. We don't have a particular friend, so there's nothing to be worried about with that. Moving right along, speed up time. We've decided not to put extra devotion into our work at Glover & Glover after last episode's debacle of rising higher than we could actually afford to do. Aha! So we've been reading sentimental literature since last episode, putting together a handful of glimmerings in order to upgrade our passion. Let's go ahead and get another glimmering lesson learned by feeding our imagination. Good use of our studies. Working on improving ourselves as the cult leader. So what happened? Does he have evidence? He has tentative evidence now. That's not good. So our investigator has had some success. He found enough notoriety. I'm certain that my adversary has lodged a copy of their notes elsewhere, with their solicitor, with their superior, or even with a contact in the press. This is troubling. Ooh, so what are we going to do with tentative evidence? So, hunters found evidence, real or imagined, of my sins. Hunters with evidence of occult activities become more dangerous. That's not good. We have to hope that this card goes away. Alright. This was the Tryst and Interlude card. Since we had no significant other, we just are content. But this is very bad up here, folks. We don't like this man holding evidence of our crimes. But what are we going to do? Worst case scenario, we take him out. Okay. In the season of rags, Poppy will return. Cool. I don't think that's a good thing. I think Poppy's gonna want to cash a debt in from us. So let's stuff this somewhere that we don't forget about it. What happened with Poppy? Well, a tiny packet of tiny treasures, a gift from Poppy. She'll see me again in the season of rags. For me to make the introduction I promised. Okay, thank you. Gives us our passion back. 10 funds. You realize how much that bails us out, everyone? We are about to be in much better shape. I feel like I want to count it one-on-one. We are also given a silver spintria. I believe this is arcane currency. Something that we can either sell at the auction house if we were broke, or we can use it for a lot of other things. Let's put that down here, because this is a special occult currency, and as you see with the two people in the compromised position. Excellent. Well, Poppy will give you whatever you need when it's time. Hopefully she doesn't demand like a sacrifice of blood. But now that we have this extra passion, I think it's time that we dream on passion. We go down the moonlit road. I'm able to use a lore fragment in order to potentially start making my way into the Mansus at this point. It's kind of silly that I hadn't done this so far, but we had been spending a lot of time working on ourselves. So let's head down the bleached way. I could sleep in a room without colors, bleach the sheets, whitewash the walls, dye my hair and paint my skin. That sounds like some intense lantern action. Is there anybody we want to talk to? Well, Count Jennings looks to be just like someone who's going to teach us something, teach us Latin. So I don't know that he's going to be that useful for us to talk to right now. But what we can do is nothing, because our lore is in use. Otherwise, it would be good to take that and take it to the streets. Alright, we finished our job. 2 more funds from that. Let's get back to work. Let's just keep going to our job. We need to make as much money as we can. We chose not to buy the hireling, and that's okay. But what we are going to start using with our exploration, and since we're now ahead on money, it's time to go to the bookstore. We need to be buying books and building out our occult library as soon as possible. So let's go and see what we can find at the bookshop. Got a cravings. Probably going to pull our dedication enlightenment. Yes, it did. We crave the Watchman's light, of course. Alright. Almost time to begin the work. I get that, but I haven't been able to do it yet, so I'm getting restless, and that's understandable. Hence all the dread we've been dealing with. Alright. We were feeding our imagination again, and now we have the 2 glimmering. Lesson learned. Let's go ahead and become more passionate. Put it all together. Increase my passion. Feed my imagination, fiercer. Who desires but acts not, breeds pestilence. Okay. Well, we're trying to act on it. We found a book. Traveling at Night, Volume 1. Dream Journals of Christopher Iapoli. This is a character's name comes up a lot in this game. Sometimes called the only readable occultist. Literate, entertaining, bewildering. So this is some readable book. That's pretty cool. We'll study it when we get a chance. But for now, let's keep spending money at the shop. Keep checking out this library. We're ahead on gold. Let's do it. If we really go broke, we can sell this thing. Time to go shopping again. Okay. The bleached way. Color exists only where there is light. The wood is the place where light does not walk. In the dream I close my eyes and walk, stumbling, bruising my feet and knees. At last, the undergrowth before me grows too thick to pass, and when I open my eyes, I am adrift among black trees. Shadows flutter. My feet will know the way back to this place. We found a location, we found somewhere special in our dream, okay? And that was because we dreamt on passion with our lore fragment of the lantern. But what did we find? Oh, we have a buzzing in the brain. This looks like a low-level moth influence. With a bunch of gibberish text over here. Snip, snip, snip. And we found a path toward the mantis, somewhere near the mantis, is what I know of this. I've learned the path to the wood, the tangled darkness that grows around the walls of the mantis. Though the mantis has no walls, as we all know too well. I can dream with this to return to the wood. We're going to the wood, all right. If I have enough passion, I can walk the dream road to the wood. If I have the right knowledge, I may be able to find the way beyond it. This is it. This is it, folks. We might be able to start getting somewhere. So I have passion, and I'm about to have more. Let's go. Now I pass between scar-barked trees. The moon passes behind branches, though her fingers remain in my hair. I am stumbling over roots now. It is tempting to drop to all fours, to avoid the low branches. Pale wings move deep into the night. Time we go right back to sleep and try to visit this wood. It seems like a shared dreaming location that we were able to discover. We found something at the library to buy. A book called The Queens of the Rivers. It's a surreal contemporary play by the enigmatic Monica Medina, in which the Queen of the Rivers are murdered one by one. Queens plural, I should say. Okay, sounds like a macabre tale. But one we will definitely read. Hey, we're still rich. We're just spending Poppy's money right away. We're buying books again. Oh no. Here comes the despair. That's alright though. We're gonna find a way to get some contentment to deal with this. Looks like we'll just buy more opium. It's like, it's so simple. Because this is gonna be a problem. Unless I can quick trap this. Wouldn't that be cool? It would be a really clever thing to do. If I were to trap it, we would need to have a quick ceremony. What does this do? Get a commission from him? I wonder what that's gonna do. Yeah. Do I put this here? I don't think that's necessary. I think we just go. And I could trap this to get something from him. Get a commission from Count Jannings. Let's try it. Either way, the idea is with trappings, I can get rid of this restlessness before it turns into dread and feeds despair. Alright, well, the Good Count's fraternity in Europe is seeking particular research. Well, whatever you need from me, dude. Hey, we finished our day job again. Ink and paper and the fizzing of the electric lights. Like every day that we punch in. We'll never have enough money. So we want to keep just going right back and doing our best here. Oh, right. Here's what he needs. Commission, Edge. But what does the Count want from us? The Count will pay for information of interest. This time, he'd like whatever you can assemble on the practices of the Edge. I'll need a matching lore fragment of at least 2 to complete this commission. Okay, so the Count wants to talk Edge with us. And that's fine. And I love how the trapping did nothing. It's right back. It's like, I thought this would be, we would get rid of this, but I believe that's only going to work in a ceremony. So we might need to just have a ceremony. We put on a little party. And what kind of, there's 2 in here. Is there enough to be able to just upgrade someone? If I put you here, and I promote you, 7th intensity of lore. We have 2, and this is that's not 7. We can't upgrade her, but we can get one of these goofs to just join our recruit them. This will actually use the trapping. You know, I didn't really want to have to grab hanger on, but it's like, you've been here carrying coffee for long enough that you might as well join the team at this point. So, come on over. We're bringing generic person into the fold. Alright, we have now a fiercer imagination. My desire grows in number, and maybe that they will always outpace my actions. But we got the skill of a wild imagination. I have been known to break 6 pencils in a day. So this is going to make me a better painter if we're ever going to get involved in that. There will be times where we're going to want to paint. Okay, we have all the passion that we need. Soon, once we have enough reason, if I can find my reason, I thought it would be over here somewhere, it's dimmed. We want to start to study reason and get our next bit of that. But before I think we can do that, let's try to read one of these books. This very basic occult book, the Dream Journal of Chris. Let's go ahead and study it. Oh, it has to do with the wood. The wood lies outside the walls of the mansis. As any student of histories knows, the mansis has no walls. Thank you. A familiar mantra of the game. Ah, we got another thing from the library. Wrapped in the King. What's this book about? Detailed accounts by James Colin Murphy of secret bacchanals. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. And ecstatic dances observed in necropolises and graveyards in southern Europe, in Egypt and Anatolia. The author is a self-confessed ghoul, wow, an eater of buried flesh. He claims to have witnessed the dances while at his feasting. Ooh, this could be a book that could have something to do with the Grail or the heart. Some of those red aspects, red lores, I should say. Cool. Well, how about another book? Everything's cooking. Always good when you have all your timers going. Whoa, what just happened? Well, we look like we have just stumbled into the mantis here. Oh, we're outside of the mantis, we're in the wood. I can go here, get the peculiar rumor, which I don't know what that does, or we can visit the well, or the temple of the wheel. So this is basically us journeying around in a dream. Where do we want to go in our dream? I want to visit the well. That seems right. It had a influence fragment. Awareness of the appetite. Okay. Every sense is heightened, every sensation deepened. It's a rail aspect influence. Okay. Well, this is another one of those temporary things that we'll be holding on for a minute. It goes away. Now I pass between scar-barked trees. The moon passes behind branches. Oh, we read this before. We're going to be going back here a lot. But for now, is there something else we can dream on? I don't think so. The better thing to do is just to keep going back and visiting this place in my dreams. But we can start to figure out what that all means. The path will be passion. We're gonna use passion to enter the wood. And if we find the right lore, we can go to the white door. That would be basically our goal to get there within our dreams. Back to the mantis we go. Back to the wood, I should say. Oh, we got a pawn. It's an edge pawn. This is just a random guy, and all he does is fight. But he has glasses now. Look at that. And he's completely hairless. Well, it still worked as a trapping. And this is going to be gone before the restlessness turns into dread. So we've managed to stave off any problems before they got out of hand at all. Oh no. I spoke too soon. Look at that. More bleak thoughts have come around. This one's been dealt with, leaving a fleeting reminiscence, but now we still have this problem ahead of us. I think I know a nice solution, right? We have a little party. We bring another hanger-on in, and we trap this restlessness. It's like, this is something to do. It's like, rather than be bored, it's like, and suffer from boredom, it's like, let's just bring the two coffee interns in, right? This is at least we're not sitting around here twiddling our thumbs. Hey, we found a cool book. Kilting Ripe and Moldy Rap's Grave and Other Stories. Okay. A lusciously illustrated tome of loosely connected children's stories, collected by one N.K. Field. Few of them are remotely suitable for children. Ooh. Might be my kind of book. We've been spending a lot of money here pretty quickly, so we probably want to buy maybe one more book before we start to cool it on that. There's that reason. When we get out of this, we're going to start to work on reason. Alright. Day job done. Wow, we got an erudition. That's what we need in order to do work on our reason anyway. So we just got a head start on improving our reason. So what happened from reading the volume of Traveling at Night? Well, Alopoli describes how he came to make repeated visits to a dream wood via what he calls silver dreams. I think that's sort of what we've been doing, isn't it? Trying to think your way to the wood, he explains, is like thinking your way to being in love. But I did find a secret that helped. Oh, if only you could tell us what that secret is. Either way, you gave us erudition. We really needed that badly. And what did he give us? A lore fragment. This is very important. This is a piece of the moth. And the moth is connected with the wood. That much I remember. Moth is strong in wood. So it's a barber's warning. A power of the wood enjoys the separation of the lock from the scalp. For attention, burn it. For opportunity, bury it. Okay. Apparently we can use this over a corpse to create a zombie friend. That would be helpful. Huh. Well, don't know much that we can do with this yet, but we do need as many of these types of lore fragments as possible. So let's study reason. Let's just get back to reading the local news and trying to become smarter. We want to be a triple reason kind of character. Will there be enough room? I think there will, yeah. This will, the reason we'll have to come back. So in the meantime, we have enough time before we have to come into our day job that we can actually do some manual labor today with our arms of iron. This goes pretty quick, 50 seconds, make a buck. Good use of work. Because we're going to be kind of slowing down there so that we have more brain power that we can invest in ourselves as opposed to just our job. Hey, we found a collection of essays this time at Moreland's shop. What's this about? If the mind is a blade, this is a whetstone. So we study this and we gain a lesson learned. That's going to make it so much faster for us to get our increased reason. This was the best thing we could have found. It's like we spent money on like a real good chunk of education here. So I'm going to put that right up here because we know we're going to be using this any second. We finally got the book that we needed. However, there's room for more books. We want to go crazy. We want to buy all the books, right? So what happened? We brought this pawn in mostly so that we could trap our restlessness. That was the ultimate goal. What does this pawn do? He's also just a guy that punches. Punching character. One edge. Yay. Kinda useless. Well, how about we take it to the street a little bit, speak of the esoteric matters. Going megaphone mode in the street to see if we can find some more people to join our cult. We sure could go for some lantern kind of people. Whoa, we're back. We want the buzzing in the brain at the wood. Or should we visit this Temple of the Wheel? We already went to the well before. What happens over here? Trembling Arts again. All I know is that there was some strange dream imagery that we went through. So what happened here? In the wood beyond the walls of the manses, a jagged rock rears like the petrified remnants of a dancing giant. I trailed my hand along its flank, over the eye signs and lichen and the crude graffiti of the lesser wood powers, and I felt the thrumming of the wheel, which has passed. It has passed, something continues. Oh, I wouldn't even begin to know how to interpret that imagery. Wow. Well, we're going to keep visiting the wood. We have the passion for it, but eventually we want to bring the right knowledge. And could it be something like this? Could this be what they want? if I have the right knowledge, I might be able to find the way. This says something about the wood. Why not try it? We have no way to tell whether or not this is the right knowledge or not. Unless we, of course, cheat. Like our despair is going to go away. Perfect. No problems from despair. Just some fleeting reminiscence. And what about you? Oh, I got sick again. That'll happen. What do we find here? Another book? On the White? Solomon Husher writes, and perhaps allegorically, of winter, and its long, slow, doomed romance with the sun. The epigraph is Sunset at Noon. Could be a winter book. We could get a little chunk of winter lore, and that is something that Violet believes in, or has as part of her. So we want to cast a wide net of lots of different types of lore to get us through various situations. So that's going to be a good book. Now that we're down to $7, though, I say we get back into physically doing things. We are going to walk the streets tonight, ourselves, with this health. Once this finishes, we finished our manual labor job. Should have given us a little bit of vitality, which is perfect, because we'll use that to fight off our sickness. You know, we gotta stay in shape. Health fatigue, sure, but, you know, we got through that day job pretty easy. And look, we get to go from that right to our regular work. With the reason that just popped up. And we get to keep our day job. Ooh, they found a location. I found a location, I should say. And overlooked places could just be the streets by Moon. Yeah, strange streets. Underwhelming. We've spent plenty of time in the strange streets, so we're not going to go back there just yet. We can't send someone else to explore. Violet, you want to search the city for me? He says yes. Lantern things are happening. Okay, it's a light in the skull. Whenever the principle of the lantern sheds its light, I may recall additional scraps of knowledge. Hopefully this will make me even smarter. If this is another erudition, I will be pretty pumped. Okay. We got that extra erudition from that. And this will become one of the lesson learns for us. Alright. Let's exercise our mind. Maybe this will give us more, since we had a lantern event up here. This is bringing in our passion. Hopefully this is the right lore. Okay. Oh, I hope it's not gone. Alright. The crowds of sleep. The waters of the wood run cold and deep, but never clear. Rote memory alone will not take me there. I must engage my passion. Now I drift into other dreams. I don't think we got it right. Am I? That doesn't seem like we were dreaming on the right bit of knowledge. Cool, you found the strange streets too. I was just there, Violet. Get back out there. Ha! Here's our sickness. We're going to take care of it with this vitality that we got from working as soon as we have an opportunity. What did we get from a light in the skull? Another erudition. From that angle, we might even just save this book, and because we will have 2 lesson learned by just studying reason once this is done. I like that a little bit more. It's a little more conservative than firing off this collection of essays. This could help us to get that 4th reason if it were ever going to be a thing. I think it might be a thing. Okay, so craving the Watchman's light, standard operating procedure. Alright, so something weird happened in here, but we became fascinated. It was a nightmare, the cleansing dawn. Now I can slough off my flesh, patch by patch, tugging the tendons free like fibers picked from teeth. My skin lies like a shredded blanket. The sun heaves itself above the horizon with a triumphant battle yell. The light falls like acid on my naked bones. Pain wakes me. My bones will throb for days. Not a good thing that happened. We are now fascinated. Fascination is kind of a bummer lantern-y thing. It says it's moth, but it seems to come up a lot from lantern, and it's something that too much fascination can cause visions and cause us to die. So rather than dream on that, why don't we take care of ourself tonight and just get some rest, get healed up. Like, let's not go to the Manses tonight. Can we just sleep normal? So we took, you know, probably the right way to go. Okay. It's still telling us that we need to keep exploring, and it's making us very restless. Hey, we're working on it, okay? Alright. We've exercised our mind. We have that lesson learned. We need 2 of these to get up to the 3. But we're going to get our second one by getting an erudition real quick, studying, reading whatever's at hand. It starts with us doing the news, then studying it, then put it all together and become actually smarter. So let's just read whatever's around. Alright, what happened at our job at Glover & Glover? Same old. We don't have a lot of reason to invest in that right now, so instead, I think we're going to go work our other job. We're kind of 2-jobbing it, right? We're doing 2 jobs. No problem. What happened over here? Hey, we met a hanger-on. And that's fine, because we've used these guys with trappings to kind of give us a break. There's our passion back. Mystique we can live with. Anything to talk about right now? I think for the talk verb, we're going to get back to shouting at the street corner. Oh, what do you want? This time, my dear, the Sun in Rags requires his conclusion. Will it be you, or do you have a friend? So someone has to die. It's a sacrifice. It is the empty space which makes the bowl useful. Wow. Okay, so Poppy gave me $10. She wants someone to die for her. Who's gonna die? Well, Pawn? What a loyal friend you have here. Do say goodbye now. Huh. Well, it was nice knowing you, Pawn. But I'm not gonna let Poppy kill me. You're gonna go in my stead. And, you know, this is one of those guys that was helping us with coffee earlier, and, we just used and abused him and sent him to a sacrifice, and such is the life of a cult leader. It could get a little dark. Oh no. Visions? What's the cure for visions? I don't know. This is bad. There was a hireling, but we didn't hire them, and that's fine. Violet can get back out there, see what we can find. We've healed up. That frees us an opportunity to dream on something else. Like the wood? Do we go back to the wood? I don't see why not. We want to keep visiting it every night that we can. Numerous strange streets, thank you. Let's visit the club. I don't like this fascination. I want to see if we can get a little lucky and have some kind of cool event happen. So we're going to visit the, the cabaret. Ah, so what's there? It's a lure. Oh no, it gave us fascination. That's the worst thing that could have happened. Now we're very close to visions. In tonight's performance, Amethyst, a net-wielding hunter, pursues a veiled winged woman through a murmuring maze of leaf-clad dancers. Each movement is underwater slow. Wow. We're about to succumb to visions here and have our game be ended if we don't find a way to solve this. I am quite concerned. Well, we're going to get back to our day job as soon as this reason's ready to go. Course of the Heart. Here's that second erudition we needed for studying. We'll put those two together to exercise our mind and make our way toward that third reason. We got contentment, which will help if we have a dread problem. And then this is done. So if we had kept maybe this verb not in use, we might have been able to get out of this problem. Right now it's looking like we're going to be very close to death. Alright, Poppy was okay with what we did. She may have more to say to us. She gave us a little bit of winter influence that's going to expire in a minute. And she's just back. Perhaps we can consistently visit her to take that deal again. And then we can keep sacrificing pawns. That might be something we should consider doing. And just use Poppy as our main patron. Watch what's going to happen here. Oh no! We're okay! Actually, fascination was countered by dread. Oh, I almost panicked. So I'm seeing things. Paintings whisper. Windows wink. I know these things are not true, but how can I be certain? So I can defeat visions with dread or a fleeting reminiscence. That's actually a great use of fleeting reminiscence. Otherwise, I will succumb to visions at Fascination 3. So that extra dread counteracted this and has left me alive and not suffering. So we always need to remember that going forward. Fleeting reminiscence or dread is the way that we're going to counter fascination to visions. Whew, what a relief. A little vitality from the Course of the Heart, from all of our messing around in the physical realm. With this, we're going to do some more exploring. Actually, we have yeah, I'm gonna go look, search the city. Let's have me do it. When you need something done right. Alright, claw this back. What is this? Okay. What did I find? Well, I found a bomb maker. That same guy's been hanging around trying to get me to buy him. I'm not really interested in his services, so I'm just gonna say thanks, but no thanks. And we're back here. Let's get this occult scrap. These are good. So we're gonna visit the wood this time. So we went just to regular wood. What does it say happened? I walked in the wood last night, and the scissors worked in the distance, and the furred things crammed my mouth and swarmed my ears, and I felt the old urge to drop to wolf fours and nose among the roots. But I remembered that I walk upright by day, and I know fire and steel and words, and at last I found where the velvet had concealed a secret on tree bark beneath moss. Oh. Something was written there. I read it, and then, with the tips of my fingers, and I think now that I could write it in full. So we got an occult scrap. These are secret histories. I believe we used these to find locations. This was a good find to get out of our dreams. We were able to, by dreaming and going to the wood, we were able to actually think of a real place that we can go to. And that's quite the advantage. Just costs some passion. I almost want to go right back in there. It's like I can't get enough. We want to make sure we have the right thing, because whenever we put the wrong lore in there, we have a nightmare, and that's part of what caused a lot of these problems. No more nightmares. Let's just go to the wood and see if anything happens. We've exercised our mind, and we now have that second erudition lesson learned, and now it might be time to get SMRT. Exercise the mind wiser. So, knowledge is a city wall built stone by stone, but what waits in the darkness beyond the walls? Why would we need a fortress except that we had something to fear? Well, good question. Fortress of our mind is, where we plan our victory from. So that's why we need it. Let's get to work on it. Get that third reason. It's going to make it so much easier to rise in the ranks of the job, too. We met an acquaintance this time by talking on the streets. Volcane. This is an actual person who could potentially join our cult. This is really good. What's her deal? Volcane has operated her establishment for almost 20 years. She has never employed an assistant. Her hands are terribly strong. Cool. Well, we know we're going to be bringing her in as soon as possible. In fact, maybe she's ready to go now. We have a trapping. We're just going to fire this fascination because we don't like it. So we're going to, yeah. Let's go. Come on. Come on down. I'm going to trap that fascination. Give me something to use this. And let's try to get her recruited. Invoke the lantern. Bring her in. Alright. Glover, Glover. Plenty of money. We seem to have that extra reason right now. Do we just get right back to work? Why not? We have the reason to spend. Just go head right into our day job. Skip the manual grind. Here's a dread. It might have been better to actually get rid of the dread. Oh, no problem. Solitude. So the interludes appeared, and we don't have a partner, so we got contentment. Once this dream is over, we'll be able to combine these two to nullify that before we have any problems with despair. Bomb maker's still there that we don't want to buy. Okay. We've recruited an acquaintance. Ooh, she's Forge. Volkian's ingenuities are endless, and her grip is stronger than a blacksmith. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, ma'am, but I am happy you joined the cult. Is there anybody to talk to? Do we potentially see if Poppy will patronize us again? So, she says she's curious about blood and ice. Silly, but allow an old woman her whims. Will you help me? Let's see if we can get another check from her. Will she do it twice? Because if she does it twice, we can just sit here and fire through these pawns. What does this card do? Don't know. I feel like this could be good. I'm going to take this because I don't recognize this card. We go back into the wood. Well, Well, through the wood. Something different this time. While I was returning to the depths, one appeared in front of my eyes, whose mouth was sealed. When I saw them in the great emptiness, I cried out. I think that last night I met another soul in the wood. Wow. I will never recall exactly what we said, one to another, but I think that we will recognize each other in the waking world. Maybe that's what this peculiar rumor is about. This might lead me to someone. It's kind of like an occult scrap where I can find a location. This may help me find a person. I need to explore with a rumor. Follow it. Let's go. Let's act on this rumor that came to us in the night. Track down a rumor. I suspect that at the end of the story I may find someone who will hear what I have to say. We actually met someone in the wood of our dreams, and now we get to go try to find them with the knowledge that we gained. Let's do that. Alright, we're back from the wood. Alright, so the fascination has been dealt with, so there's no visions. Mirrors are calm, sun is steady, the glory recedes. I am sane, if that means anything. It's a relative term, but yes. This gives us an opportunity to combine these two to just cure our dread right away. Let's clear our mind tonight rather than go into the wood. Dread and contentment combine to cancel each other out. Clear the mind. So what does Poppy want? She wants a commission of winter. So she wants a lore fragment of 4 winter in order to get paid. Okay, so she doesn't want blood this time. Poppy will pay for information of interest. This time she'd like substantial research on the corporeal mysteries of winter. So we need level 4 winter. Commissions are cool. Anybody to talk to? Anything to do with this? Can we talk to the occult scrap? No, it's just an esoteric matter to speak of. We want to keep this for finding a location. I think we want to just shout on the street corner for now with our Watchman secret. Alright, everything's moving right along. Anything happen from here? Just tons of dread. Because we're not doing something fast enough. We're not pursuing enlightenment correctly, I believe. Wouldn't surprise me. No. I'm definitely a neophyte cult leader, but I became smarter today, and I got that 3rd reason that we needed, and now we have the skill of notable scholarship. I have learned enough to know how little I know. Yeah, that's when you're actually a little smarter. So I would need 3 lessons learned to gain more reason, and that's quite a bit. But somewhere down the line we can look at a 4th reason if we think that that's possible. Boy, well, we've done a lot of studying of things to improve us. We are at 3 in a lot of these important stats. So for now, it could be good to just get studying something else, starting to read these books that we've been picking up. Are any of these books going to give us the kind of thing we need, or should we just use the occult scrap? Find a location. Oh, it's not that. We have to explore with this. Might be the best thing that we can do is study, read a book, read this collection of children's stories. So what's our cursory read of it? The protagonist, speechless cat, a cat thing called Kiteling Ripe, performs a series of elaborate rites to rescue members of her extended family, culminating in the resurrection of her other grandmother, Moldy Wrap. What a weird story. Well, let's see if we can pull some lore out of it. Should we put a little devotion in? See if we can, now that we have this extra reason, maybe we'll become smart enough to do this. let's put some extra hours in at work. We had just enough time to decide to do that, and we're going to do it. I hope this doesn't start that process again. The younger Glover has taken me out for lunch at his club. Remember, this happened before. This happened before. I'm to do more of the things. Ooh, he paid us more this time. So this is what happened before. He's like, I'm going to give you another chance at the senior position. Now that you've spent all that time studying, maybe you can actually be a senior partner at the firm. And let's go. Let's get right back into it. Acceptance. I could devote my life to it. We will not put passion into this. I believe that if we contribute passion to working at Glover & Glover, that would mean that we really, truly believe that the corporate grind is for us. I believe that that will be a minor victory, and it will cause this game to end. So there will be no acceptance. We are here to farm them for money. We are not having this be part of our life. So, no thank you. We do not accept this as our path. Moving right along. We met a person with that rumor. Her name is Rose. So this is who we met in our dreams. Cool, look at her. Rose is a sly miss, and she recognizes you as someone uncommon. Wow, it's like we were meant to meet this person. Let's get her in the cult right away. Ooh, she's kind of a tough one. It gave us notoriety to find her. Thanks. That's okay. As soon as this is done, we're going to get right back in. But for now, we're going to explore and seek out the secret places of the city with our occult scrap. There are places in the city where I can find extraordinary things, if I can sift the clues out of history and rumor. Well, we found this while we were dreaming. Let's use it. Okay. We found an acquaintance when we were talking down the street. And our mind got cleared. Is there anything else that I can use to... No, it's only contentment that's going to get out of it. What happens if I dream on this? I can't. Okay. Looks like we're going to be going back to the wood, then. Into the wood we go. A passionate wood visit. Thank you. There we go. So we finally finished that weird children's book. And here's our final conclusion of it. When the snake witch killed the stag, Kiteling snatched one of his eyes. When the dry witch killed the sow, Kiteling stole a cup of its blood. Then she took them to the place Moldy Wrap lay buried, and she shook out her hair, and she began to dance. Who's she? Well, I don't know, but they gave us a glimmering, and it gave us a wood whisper. This is a level 4 moth aspect. Lore, I should say. That's pretty good. It's the wood whisper. This could be the solution to our puzzle for the wood to find the white door. I'm not sure. It might be. Anyway, lie awake and listen. The wind speaks in the branches. The house cries out in its sleep. There are roads that chaos rides. Moth is a hard thing to wrap one's mind around, but we now have a second moth lore. We may try it. If worst case scenario, we have a nightmare if it doesn't work. Gotta be something else we can study real fast. One of these other cool books. Queens of the Rivers. What does it say when we first glanced at it? queens of the Vistula is poisoned. The queen of the Dnieper chokes on a fishhook. The queen of the Tagus is burnt alive. Okay. This might be a scary book. Visions, but there's no fascination to bring it in, so I'm not too concerned. Alright. Always the last to leave, even after the Elder Glover. So we got our $3, and as you see, we now have an annoyance. Looks like the Glover is a problem. We're gonna want to have... we might have to send a hulking fellow after this person at our job again. And we're leaving quite a head count at work, but it's whatever we have to do. Let's work for this. This is good cash. This is $3 a job. No acceptance. Okay. And our last thing we really need to do... buzzing of the brain. Or do we want to visit one of these other places? Let's see what happens at the Temple of the Wheel this time. Ooh, another peculiar rumor. This is perfect. We like these. This. We've been here before, and this time we got a peculiar rumor. We explore the rumor to find another friend. Here's the location we found with that occult scrap. It's called the Strathcoin's residence. The house of Mr. Strathcoin, a collector of rare objects. Strathcoin will not sell his treasures, but a sufficient cunning accomplice might gain entry. Sounds like we're going to need that knock kind of follower in order to sneak into this place and possibly loot this place of its rare books. That will be nice to do. But for now, we will explore on our... track down that person from the rumor. Maybe we'll meet another person from our dreams. Over here, we met a hanger-on again. Could be helpful in the future, especially if we need to do some emergency trapping. But for now, a little mystique. What we're really most excited about doing is recruiting Rose. She seems like she might be a powerful ally. We want to get as many people in our cultist as possible. Are there any trappings we can throw at this? Yes. I'm thinking we're going to sacrifice our dread. Rose, we meet under dread and the Watchman's secret. Come join the cult. Get our wood back. We will have time for one more visit to the wood. Do we want to try this? Do I have the right knowledge? And we risk the potential nightmare by doing this? Will this be gone by then? Hopefully. Let's try it. I have a feeling that if I put this in, it would, and if we're right, it would change, right? We're just gonna try the Wood Whisper. There's no way to tell unless we worst case scenario, we have a nightmare again. But first things first, Rose from our dreams has been recruited and the dread has been trapped away. Rose is an edge follower, a sly miss but loyal. Definitely happy to help her, and she happy to have her, and she is a fighting kind of character. And on that note, we will wait for the next episode in order to see whether or not we have found the correct path in our dreams to get through the way of the wood. Thank you all for watching this episode 3, and we will be back with more Cultist Simulator in the future. If you enjoy this content, make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.